Hey, what's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here, ZSPN, and welcome to the Lakers post-game show on ZSPN on YouTube. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Miami Heat tonight. Now, guys, I'm still feeling a bit under the weather, so my apologies ahead of time when it comes to the sound of my voice. I'm still feeling still a bit under the weather, so please forgive me for not having my normal voice and giving you all I guess you can say, the excitement and my opinions and my thoughts about the Los Angeles Lakers. When it comes to my excitement or my dismay about the Los Angeles Lakers as of late. So just ahead of time, my apologies for the sound of my voice, and I could just hope that I will get better pretty soon. So, and I said this in my last video, so apologies ahead of time. So, guys, before anything, like always, please be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share my videos all over Facebook, Twitter, all the good social media stuff. And guys, I really do appreciate the love, support you guys give me all across social media. I mean, it's so overwhelming about the love and support you guys give me, especially when it comes to Facebook. And, it's just the amount of support there is just so overwhelming. And the get well messages that I've been getting from you guys is also very heartwarming, and I really do appreciate it. So just want to put that out there, and I want to thank every single one of you for showing me the love, support all across social media, and of course on this channel, ZSPN on YouTube. Much appreciated. So guys, yeah, let's talk about the Los Angeles Lakers. I have to say, guys, it was a bad performance by the Los Angeles Lakers. They were a no-show when it comes down to the first half going into the third quarter. They tried to come back in the fourth, and you could really tell when it came down to like 3 to 2 minutes left into the game. But unfortunately, the Lakers, weren't able to capitalize on this particular win. And, the Miami Heat were just the much better team. Even though we can, on paper, when you look at who we have, I mean, the Lakers have the capability of winning this particular matchup, even without Anthony Davis, who surprisingly yesterday, I put down a breaking news that, the Lakers were announcing that Anthony Davis, he could potentially come back pretty soon. He was questionable to play in the Miami Heat game, and he would be a game time decision. But unfortunately, due to the results of today, he didn't play out there tonight. So but we could expect him to return to the Lakers probably pretty soon, because it looks like his rehabbing and his way back to playing with the Los Angeles Lakers again is looks like this is going to happen pretty soon. So really looking forward to that. And you never know, maybe things will change when it comes to Anthony Davis's return, because there's going to be a lot of changes when it comes to the lineup and the rotation. So we could expect that particular change to happen pretty soon once Anthony Davis returned. But a speedy recovery, and hopefully Anthony Davis returns to us 100%, and not noticing any knickknacks or anything that's like bothering him when it comes to his MCL injury, or sprain, excuse me. Let me put that out there, because it is just a sprain. If it was an injury, that he could have been out for much longer than that. So with that being said, guys, hopefully a speedy recovery, and hopefully Anthony Davis returns to us pretty soon. And also Kendrick Nunn. I mean, still there's no timeline for his return, but hopefully he comes back to us pretty soon, and hopefully we can see him play as a Los Angeles Laker. Let's see what he's made of, and maybe he'll be also a game changer for the Lakers moving forward. But still remains to be seen about that. So, but guys, it was just bad all around. I mean, honestly, when it comes to the shooting efforts from the Lakers, it was a no-show. I mean, the Lakers shot like 27% from the three. And, when it comes down to it, the turnovers is also a problem for the Lakers as well. They led that in this particular matchup against the Miami Heat. But, we have to look at all perspectives here. The Miami Heat, even though they beat the Lakers, I have to say, guys, the only trait that they brought to the table against the Lakers is the shooting, because they shot very well when it comes to the first half, and the Lakers were just basically outscored by them when it came to the first half. So, but overall, really, I mean, the Miami Heat, they're a good team, but they're not one of the best teams in the East, in my opinion. I mean, that's just me. I mean, if you guys have any thoughts and opinions about that, please give me your thoughts about it. So, but when it comes down to it, I mean, the Lakers, they just didn't really show up. I mean, when you look at the stat line, I mean, LeBron, continuing to show his greatness every single night. He keeps on going out there for the Lakers, giving us 33 points and, continuing to make the argument of MVP. I mean, he really is, guys. I mean, carrying the team on his back due to the circumstances of Russell Westbrook's, performance as of late, and not having Anthony Davis. LeBron is really trying so hard to win games for the Lakers. But I said this numerous times throughout my videos of the season so far. The other players on this Lakers team, they need to step up. I mean, that's just the bottom line. You should not have LeBron James carrying the load. And I am pointing the blame to Russell Westbrook on this one, because as of late, he hasn't been really stepping up for the Lakers to help LeBron James to win games. I mean, those two players alone can win you games when it comes all said and done, and what they brought to the table in the NBA. I mean, they are MVP caliber players, and it's just very sad as of late that the fit between LeBron and Russell Westbrook as of late hasn't been working, and the talks as of late, when it comes to trade rumors, and things will change when it comes to the February deadline. It looks like something will happen. I really feel that something will happen when it comes to either firing, Frank Vogel, or potentially trading somebody to improve the team. Now, if Russell Westbrook is going to be part of that trade, as it stands now, I won't be surprised, to be honest with you. I won't be surprised if they trade him somehow to improve the team. That's just something that I'm honestly putting out there. But if he somehow changes things around, maybe he will stick around. You never know. So we just have to wait and see about that. He had a great night. He had a solid night. I mean, I believe he had 23 points out there last time I checked the stat line. So, he showed some scoring abilities. But, overall, really, I mean, he wasn't really a big help for the Lakers when it comes to helping us win games out there tonight, to be honest with you. I mean, sure, he put up big numbers, but it just wasn't enough to help this Lakers team win against the Miami Heat. So, and then when you look at the rest of the Lakers, Avery Bradley went out there tonight and gave us 15 points, went 4 of 9 from the three. So his efforts was known out there, but it just wasn't enough. I mean, when it comes all said and done, and when it comes to the rest of the starting lineup, it was pretty shameful to see them not really stepping up out there tonight. I mean, Dwight Howard wasn't a no-show, and you also had Trevor Ariza, who wasn't he was a no-show as well. And guys, I'm here to say this now: his age is really getting up to him. I'm really saying this to you right now, and I won't be surprised at the end of the season that he decides to retire because he really looks old out there tonight. I mean, that's just me. Sure, he helps us here and there, but it needs to be consistent. It really does because this is Trevor Ariza. We're talking about former champion, 3-and-D type of player, and we haven't been really seeing that from him throughout the season. And the whole notion was that before the season ever started was that he was going to start alongside LeBron, Anthony Davis, and Russell Westbrook, especially teaming up alongside with Russell Westbrook because that trait that he brings to the table was going to be so much needed. But unfortunately, as of late and, due to him suffering some injuries from the beginning of the season, sure, it wasn't his fault. And, we had to put that into consideration. But, as of late, we saw some glimpse of his greatness. But at the same time, it's just, hasn't been great results when it comes all said and done. So, that's my own thoughts and opinions about that. And then when you look at the bench, you look at Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony, he had 11 points, and I believe he went 2 of 5 from the threes. But when it comes all said and done, the bench, they were a no-show, to be honest with you. I mean, Austin Reeves and Malik Monk only had 7 points. And, THT, don't get me started with him because, I was done with him probably like 5 to 6 games into the regular season with him once he returned to the Lakers due to his injury. And those 23 points and giving us 20 points a game was just a fantasy that we saw. And it just, we never seen that again. I mean, we saw a glimpse of it a couple of games ago, but it's just a one-time type of situation for the Lakers to watch, Laker fans to watch when it comes to THT. And with the trade line coming pretty soon, I won't be surprised if he's on the trade block and the Lakers would decide to trade him because we need some help big time if the Lakers want to turn around this season. I mean, that's just me, and hopefully the Lakers will consider that and maybe hopefully get something better out of the trade for THT. That's just me. But overall, guys, as I said, the Lakers were a no-show. There was not a lot of effort out there, and when it comes all said and done, from the first half going into the third quarter, the Lakers were no show there. They tried to come back in the fourth, but unfortunately, it just wasn't the case. They couldn't capitalize, and it's just the lack of effort from most of the Lakers out there tonight, especially as I mentioned with the 2 starters for the Lakers from Dwight Howard and Trevor Ariza. They were basically a no-show there. Other than LeBron and Russell Westbrook and, Avery Bradley, those were the 3 players, in my opinion, that really stepped up in my eyes out there tonight. And the bench, they didn't show up either. So, lots of things to consider moving forward, as I mentioned, when it comes to the trade deadline and certain things may change for the Lakers moving forward, but, we just have to wait and see about that. And hopefully, and this is the old saying goes for the Lakers as of this season, when it comes to losses, they will bounce back. And hopefully they will. And, the Lakers are on this road trip. So hopefully the Lakers will turn this loss around and start winning us some games moving forward, and in a much better effort and better fashion out there on the road for the Lakers moving forward. And I really want to know, guys, your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and guys, I apologize again for the sound of my voice. I just talking right now. I feel that I'm not living up to my expectations to give you guys a clear, better speaking voice, um, for you all to listen. And I know it's excruciating, and you guys probably ended this video way beforehand when it comes down to it. But if those of you are sticking around till now, I really do appreciate it. And please comment down below if you made it this far, because if I was in your position, I would probably end the video too, because I just, just it's just the flu, man. I just can't deal with it. So please, guys, give me your thoughts about this Lakers loss. Who do you think is to blame for this Lakers loss? Do you think it was Dwight? Maybe it was Trevor Ariza, or maybe it was somebody else that I didn't mention. Maybe we can put some blame on Russell Westbrook, or maybe LeBron, or maybe the coaching. Maybe the coaching was a problem out there. I really want to know your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Go Lakers. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.